Hello, I'm Matt, and I would like to welcome you to the channel. If today is your first visit to our channel, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you will know when we upload a new video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I make French toast that I have used in my Deciding for Life system that I use to lose over 70 pounds without working out and while still eating foods that I love, that's described in the book by the same name. The plate on the right is my plate. It consists of 4 pieces of French toast, about 3 egg omelet because I used up the rest of the French toast dredge in my omelet, and then I had several pieces of sausage for my breakfast. You may wonder how a person can eat this kind of food and still lose weight. If you're interested in finding out, the playlist at the end of this video covers the first 8 chapters of my book, Deciding for Life, How I Lost 70 Pounds Without Working Out and while still eating foods that I love. Now on to today's video. I start out by measuring out a half a cup of heavy whipping cream. Sometimes I use whole milk, and I've even, in a pinch, used coffee creamer. I put my dishes in the dishwasher as I go, so I have less to clean up later. And then I remembered I needed to move the dish in front of the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Then I add 3 eggs, one at a time. One teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of real vanilla, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. I kind of like it sweet. I use an immersion blender to mix things up because I've found that if I just use a fork or a whisk, I don't end up with all of the cinnamon mixed in, and then when I dredge the very first piece of bread, most of the cinnamon ends up on that piece of bread, and then I don't get quite so much cinnamon on the rest of it. So this works very well for me. I did end up making a little too much dredge in this instance, but I used it in my omelet, and boy did it taste good. I do like to make sure I mix it very thoroughly so I get cinnamon on each piece. In this instance, I'm using Martin's Maple Brown Sugar Potato Bread. I grew up around my dad adding M&Ms to our pancakes. This is kind of doing the same thing by using flavored bread, but without quite all of the hassle. I make sure I dredge each piece for at least a minute on each side before they go in the frying pan. I put the butter in the pan a little bit early so it got a little brown, so I'm wiping out the bottom of the pan a little bit. And then I put my first piece of bread in the pan. I try to adjust the heat to where I cook each side for 1 minute because that makes it easy to look at the second hand on my watch and know when to flip the piece of bread. And before I wash my hands, I dredge the second piece of bread. I like to flip it over a few times to make sure it gets covered thoroughly, checking my watch so I know when to flip. This one's just a little bit dark, so I make necessary adjustments as I cook these to make sure that I don't overcook all of them. When I take the French toast out of the frying pan, I put it on plates that I have in the oven, and the oven is heated to 170 degrees Fahrenheit so that I can keep our food warm while I cook all of it. Sunday is the one day that I cook with butter. This is another part of my cheat day. And as you can tell, I really kind of like butter on my cheat day. This one's just a little undercooked, so it gets a couple extra flips. And now it looks just about right. Stubborn butter. Then I continue the same process until I get all of our French toast made. And while I'm not showing it, I'm also cooking the sausage that we're going to have for our breakfast this morning. You may watch this video and wonder how a guy can lose weight while eating like this. Well, truth be told, I do gain weight on Sundays. I typically gain between 8 and about 13 pounds, usually about 10 on a Sunday. But as a net for the week, I can lose weight because of what I eat the rest of the week. So eating really well during the week allows me to eat whatever I want on Sunday, which is my cheat day. We have used many different breads for our French toast, and we've even used some other things for French toast. I've made French toast out of chocolate babka, cinnamon babka, and I've even used mini cherry pies to make French toast. Of course, I guess they're really not French toast when they're cherry pies, but I use the same technique that you see here to make French toast out of cherry pies. They were really good because I like cherries, but they were a little bit too sweet. But that is what I like about this diet of Deciding for Life, because it allows me to experiment with lots of foods that most people on a diet can't eat. And maybe it would be better if I didn't eat junk on my cheat day, but I'm not the type of person that can maintain eating good every day. So now I'm using up the rest of the dredge plus a couple more eggs to make my omelet. I don't know if you've ever had Carolina Reaper cheese, but if you really like hot stuff, this Carolina Reaper cheese is just awesome. And you may think cinnamon and sugar in an omelet is kind of strange, but with this Carolina Reaper cheese, it balances out quite nicely and just really tastes awesome. And now I'm paying homage to a cook named Reggie Davis that worked at Famous Amos by putting 3 pieces of Carolina Reaper cheese on my omelet. And then in the oven it goes to stay warm. Now it's time to make my sweetheart's eggs. This morning she was out of her cheese, so she is just getting eggs. But I still like to fold them up into what looks kind of like an omelet, because they look kind of cute. Time to add pepper, and then a little bit of salt. Fold it up, and then in the oven it goes. Time to go wake my sweetheart up. In total, I spent about an hour making us a beautiful breakfast. It doesn't take that long to make the French toast, but I did make omelets, and I did make sausage. And this is what I'm able to eat on my cheat day with my Deciding for Life system. And no, we didn't eat all of the sausage for breakfast. We saved 3 pieces that we made into sausage egg biscuits for lunch. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you will know when we upload a new video. If you think this video could be useful to a friend, please share. My goal with these videos isn't really to show cooking technique, because I'm not a cook. But I do want to inspire others to live a happier and healthier and lighter lifestyle, and show that you can do it while still eating foods that you love. Thanks for watching, and may you have an awesome and healthier and lighter day.